Hello and welcome to the Literary Lair Q&A video. Now, let me explain why I'm making this. I know Q&As are usually for when you get a barrage of questions all the time and you don't feel like answering them individually. That's not why I'm doing this. Nobody ever asked me questions. When I asked about questions for a Q&A video, I got questions, but I don't get a lot of questions that often. So, I'm going to put it this way. Lately, a lot of things have been going right for the Literary Lair and for my stuff in its entirety, and that's weird because nothing usually goes right for when I want to do something for fun. So, I kind of want to celebrate that because the 50th episode is a bit off. You know, it's a few months off, so I want to celebrate it while everything's still going right. So, without further ado, let's start the Q&A video. Are you related to Jackie Gleason? No, but if I was, this show would be a lot funnier. What equipment do you use? Well, I use a GE W1200 right now, but I used to use a Nikon Coolpix. The quality on both was actually really good, but it gets degraded because I don't export in HD because I don't have the time to wait. Favorite review you've written? Least favorite? Okay, excuse me for if I glance down every few seconds. I printed the questions and, jotting downs of my answer on this, and I don't exactly remember the exact things I put in it, so, my favorite? That's a tough one. Because I think that every review I do is my best until I do the next one. So, right now, my favorites would have to be the Dirk Gently review, because I don't know why, but I really consider it one of my highlights. The Doctor Who and the Cyberman review, because the contrast between my first review and my first anniversary review it's amazing, the contrast and how far I came. And About a Boy, mainly because it was the first time that I had gotten a cameo from someone who isn't really affiliated in any way with any other project I've done. Like when I got cameos from Toby Mobius, which I'm happy he agreed to do them. He is, I asked him with the fan Mystery Science Theater I wanted to do last summer, and that was the only reason that happened. This was something, it was just someone that I made an acquaintance with, and I ended up asking them because of the Ask 90s Girl blog. So, and now my least favorite. That would have to be Infinity Welcome's Careful Drivers. Why? Because that was in the wilderness period between ad-libbing and my period of writing actual scripts. This was like I had notes, and I had my computer in front of me like this, and I was looking down. So, it wasn't that good of a review. So, that's my least favorite. Where does the name BlackScarabFilmZ come from? That's a fun question, actually. When I was younger, I played with Legos. I mean, who didn't? And I had a Lego Star Wars set that came with a Shadow Stormtrooper. And it was, and it was an all-black Stormtrooper, and I really like that figure just in general. And I was a fan of Blue Beetle at the time, so I went with Scarab. I called him the Black Scarab, and eventually, when I made my YouTube channel, however many years ago, I can't even remember, I used BlackScarabFilmZ. Why Z?
Because poor literacy is cool.
It really is because poor literacy is cool. I was a fan of Dragon Ball Z at the time, and that was where the Z came from. And when I was making the site for my videos, early 2012, I went with BlackScarabFilmZ because I liked the name, and the Z fits in with the films, and the riffs, and the rants, and my thoughts, so You know, it fits, and it's a dynamic name, and I like it. What inspired you to start reviewing books? What inspired me? Well, when I started my reviews, I wanted to be different. Because Nostalgia Critic had movies, Linkara had comics, Angry Video Game Nerd and Spoony had video games. I wanted to do something different, and I read a lot. In fact, I actually got in trouble once when I was reading in class. Yeah, that's how much I read. So, I had a stack of books, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to review one of those. And it ended up being the Doctor Who and the Auton Invasion, and I ended up liking it. And it really is an untapped medium, because no one else reviews books like I do. And don't you even think of stepping on my turf. How did you come up with your outfit? Okay, so Christmas 2011, I got a green shirt and a sweater vest. The black shirt didn't come with it. And so I would wear the green shirt places, but I never had an opportunity to wear the vest because it was usually overdressing for whatever occasion I had to wear it for. So when it came time to pick an outfit, I said, I've never worn that vest before. Let's throw it over my shirt and see how it looks. And I ended up liking it. And the hat, well, I got this at Disney World when I was a lot younger, and I just love this hat. How do you decide what books to review? As I don't get any recommendations or requests, and I am open to them, wink wink, nugs nugs, I pretty much just review what I have. I'll read something and decide to review it. Other times I'll buy new books, and if they're good or bad, review them accordingly. Mostly, however, it's just whatever I have on the bookshelf that I haven't read yet. What makes a given book ideal review material? Well, that's sort of tough. In the beginning, I just picked whatever the hell I wanted to review, because I felt like it. But as it went on, I would start picking books for different reasons. Like, I picked the Red Dwarf books because I liked Red Dwarf, and I wanted to tie it into a storyline. Yet you're gonna notice I pick a lot of books and they're tying into storylines. Like Spock Must Die, I could have picked any book, but I wanted to do the split in half of the transporter joke. And other times, it's because it's really bad, or because I can make jokes about it. Because if I can make a lot of jokes, I'll do it. Like with the classic novel month, when I got to the Mark Twain stuff, I got nervous, thought I was going to offend people, because it was a lot of old world ideals, you know, the South in the 1800s. Kind of offensive. And I was afraid, but I was able to make some jokes, and I was able to not offend people, which I'm happy about. And then for other books, for example, Before Dishonor, the jokes flew out of me for that one. In fact, when I was reading it for the first time, I was reading it, and I would come home, I would read it in school, and I would come home, and I would jot down the next summary and make jokes. Really, the fact that the book is really bad, that usually makes it able for me to review. So, the answer is, if I can make jokes about it, it's ideal material. What editing software do you use? I used to use Windows Movie Maker, and I'm not really proud of that, but now I use Serif Movie Plus X5, which is a really good software because it has chroma key and stuff, and they actually do have a free version of it, Serif Movie Plus Starter Edition, and it's not even a trial. You can keep it for as long as you want, you just don't get all the features. You get the bang for your buck out of this. Mind taking us on a little tour of your bookshelf? It bugs me that I can't make out a lot of the titles. Did you say tour of the bookshelf? How about a tour of the entire backdrop? No? Too bad. We're going to start up here, and we have my Amazing Girl poster because David Willis is awesome, and two pictures that my brother drew for me. One is me in an anime-ish style, and the other is a Dalek, Starfleet symbol I just hung up, an autograph from J.K. Woodward that I got at New York Comic-Con last year. I also got this at New York Comic-Con, a Gizmonics Institute access card, Deep 13. I thought it looked cool. Moving down, we have Pokemon Trainer card. Yes, I'm a fan of the protagonist from Pokemon Colosseum. Old Doc Methuselah, which I want to re-review at one point because I didn't really do that good one in the first place. Nintendo Force, the first issue. Atop the Fourth Wall, Volume 1 Secret Origins, which is a fantastic DVD. However, this spot has also been occupied by Nostalgia Critic Reloaded and The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy TV show DVD. A little notebook, Starfleet symbol. This Campus is a friggin' Escher print. More David Willis. Brad Meltzer, The Fifth Assassin, which I want to review at one point, but I haven't gotten around to it. Moving farther down, we have this camera is this is the original camera that I used when I started making videos for the website, but I then evolved to the Coolpix, and this was never used for a review. A papercraft Dalek that my brother made, Enterprise D model, and the stand broke, so I'm posing it on top of the DeLorean from Back to the Future. My sonic screwdriver, my brother's collection of sonic screwdrivers that I keep back there for looks. A communicator. It's a recording one where it'll record like your voice for 5 seconds. Just a communicator, a mini one that does sound effects. It used to be a keychain, but I took the keychain part off. Ceramic Mewtwo that I made when I was a kid. TARDIS. Ocelot Doctor. When he was next to the TARDIS, I gave him the bow tie, and then I got kind of carried away. Leafeon, Servine, and Ocarina. Plusle Plush, and an R2-D2 toy. It's a, I think it's from the Dagobah set, because he's covered in, like, mud and stuff. Now to go farther down to what you actually wanted. Down here we have, the Ultimate Hitchhiker's Guide, John Scalzi's Red Shirts, Making History, About a Boy, these, obviously, this is like my pile of stuff I've already reviewed, really, at least in this, going from big to tiny, in like, stuff I've reviewed. My John Green collection, I reviewed Fault in Our Stars, but I want to re-review it, and I'm planning possibly a John Green month with these four. You know, Paper Towns, Abundance of Captain, Looking for Alaska, novelization of Return of the Jedi, which is my favorite Star Wars movie. Screw you if you don't like it. I'm kidding. Star Trek Corps of Engineers Book 7 breakdowns. I haven't read any of the other ones. Before Dishonor. Star Trek 6 novelization. The Errand of Fury series, which is Seeds of Rage, Demands of Honor, and Sacrifices of War. Spock Must Die. And The Children of Kings, which is a Pike Enterprise book, and I am a fan of the Pike era. One of my favorite episodes of Star Trek is The Cage. The Salmon of Doubt, Long Dark Tea Time, and Dirk Gently. I'm getting to this one. It might be up by the time this video goes up. It might not. I don't know. I'm making this the Thursday that I uploaded the About a Boy review. The Killer Angels, Doctor Who, The Three Doctors, Auton Invasion, The Cybermen, and the Daleks. This will be the next anniversary episode. Don't know what I'm doing with this right now because I don't want to do another Doctor, because I want to go 3, 2, 1, and then just go 4 and go forward. Quantum Leap Prelude, Quantum Leap the novel, Too Close, Quantum Leap Too Close for Comfort, and my Nook. Yes, I have a Nook. I don't hate ebooks. I know I might sound like I do sometimes, but I don't hate ebooks. I'm going to go a bit farther down, if only for benefit of seeing everything. Here we are. We have the novelizations of Countdown, Final Crisis, Star Trek That Which Divides, and the Rings of Time. We have Doctor Who The Wheel of Ice, A Train to Potevka. I apologize if I'm mispronouncing it. I don't speak Russian. And if we go even farther to the side, we get to see my random assortment of toys and props. Really, what is a testament to my nerdiness. We have a phaser, the jumper, we sonic screwdriver. I'm sure none of you were worried that I actually sat on it and broke it. I didn't. Yeah, I'm gonna explain that right now, actually. I was, planning an anniversary episode where I would destroy it and replace it with the Trans-Temporal, but I never got around to filming it. Next year, I want to do an anniversary special, and I plan on it. Other stuff, Pokemon Blue, the first model of the Light Bee, Iota, Tricorder, Vortex Manipulator, Spock Ears, Spock. Hello, old Spock. Live long and prosper. No, I can't really do a very good Leonard Nimoy voice. And then we have assorted stuff. My collection of Nintendo Power. Which reminds me, my Nintendo Power poster is hanging on the side. You sometimes see it. And more testament to my nerdiness down there. So, yeah. That was the Q&A video, and thanks for watching, and keep watching the Literary Lair.